People try to tell me I'm an African American, but that's not true. African Americans are loud, rude, obnoxious, and just altogether fat and ugly.
If you ask me, my 16-year-old daughter has a very out-of-control identity crisis. She truly believes she's white. When Treasure was 5 years old, I've noticed Treasure was having issues with her race. She wouldn't play with the black children. Treasure would mangle or destroy her black dolls. She would cut their heads off, pull off their arms. She would pretend that they were the white dolls' slaves.
My mom bought me beautiful white dolls instead of buying me the ugly, big-lipped black dolls.
I felt mortified. I was a single mom trying to support a family. We couldn't afford to stay in our beautiful home. We moved from a mostly white, affluent neighborhood to the city, which was mostly African American.
From the suburbs to the hood. I was not anything like other black people. They were all hood rats and they were all ghetto. They all act like monkeys.
Her school was predominantly African American. She started to say very racist things in public. Like, I hate black people's hair, they're dirty. She would call them the N-word.
It made me feel good to put down an African American person because it helps them stay in their place. All the African American kids that I was around were all ugly looking and losers. They're all gorillas.
My daughter is a racist against her own race. What I find the most disturbing is my daughter is consumed with the Ku Klux Klan. It just shakes me to my core. Treasure, have you ever reached out to the KKK?
I have their number on speed dial. Call KKK. They keep me current on updated events. I've had the KKK's number since I was in middle school.
Greetings from the loyal white knights of the Ku Klux Klan. Another 8 chimp out, this time in Washington, D.C. 20-year-old silverback gorilla tried passing a parked bus, then struck it with her car.
I identify with the Ku Klux Klan because the way they believe is just so smart. White is right. White power.
To ask if you've ever gone to their website, that's me. You've done it. Yeah, I figured as much. Ooh, that's just awful.
Yeah, of course I've been to their website.
That's just awful. My daughter does spend a lot of time on social media. I don't even look at her Facebook page. It's too painful.
I don't care what other people think. I'm gonna do what I want.
As a parent, I kept expecting her to just outgrow it and thinking she would change. I pretty much was like an ostrich, put my head in the sand, and it's getting worse.
Okay, you're shocked by this, right?
Mortified.
And I want to tell you, I'm interested in doing this story because I think it's a teachable moment, and not for sensationalistic shock value because of some of the outrageous things that she says. So I don't think she's doing them to get attention. I think she's doing them because this is how she actually feels and believes.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes, I do. She says she's white.
Right, from a very early age. Do you think she's delusional?
Without doubt.
I mean, so is she delusional in other areas or just this area?
Just this area.
Okay. Now, when she showed up the other day and she met one of our very able producers, which she discovered on meeting her, I guess she had talked to her on the phone, but on meeting her, that she was in fact black.
Yes.
She was very taken aback. Very awkward, reluctant to even shake her hand.
Wow, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, well, this is Christian that she met and worked with here.
She says things like they should be in cages, they're monkeys, so her views are extreme, to say the least, and extremely offensive.
You have explained to Treasure in the past that she is not Caucasian. How
Yes.
does she respond when you tell her that?
She flew into a rage and told me I'm white.
I had a really hard time looking at that and taking it serious. For me, it's 2 ways to approach this. Either that's fake and they just desperately wanted to get on TV and they wanted attention, or that's mental illness at its finest. I really want to sit up here and think that that's not real, that it was staged, and that these people just wanted an excuse to get on TV. But honestly, you never really know. But just me personally, one of the main reasons I think it's fake is, if I was in a situation and I had a child like that, I mean, she said she's been like that since she was a young girl. Why would the first thing you want to do is get on Dr. Phil? Why wouldn't you seek out professional help or counseling? You know, do everything besides get on Dr. Phil. That's the thing that kills me about all these crazy situations on these reality TV shows. Maury Povich, Jeremy Kyle show, Dr. Phil. Did I say Jerry Springer? And like so many others. Oh yeah, Steve Wilkos. Why would you want your drama on TV? Why would you want to put yourself out there like that? Why would you want anybody to know all this crazy shit is going on? To the narrative that this is 100% real, it's not staged. Put yourself in a situation. You have a very mentally ill and delusional child. What other rational reason would you want to put your child out there on TV for millions of people to see, not even mentioning the internet and just the media in general, other than some type of recognition and attention? Why would you want to be on TV? So if this is real, that's even worse. If it's real, this woman is wrong for exploiting her daughter's mental illness and getting on camera for attention. If it's fake, they both got to take L1 for that girl getting on camera and degrading and clowning her whole race. And the fact that her mother was okay with this. Another reason why I couldn't really take this serious and I really looked at it more like a joke from like Dave Chappelle's show or something is this. So you telling me this girl has been this crazy since she was, playing with dolls, right? Where did these ideas come from? Where did these thoughts come from? Who was she around? And how were you not able to nip that shit in the bud by the time she was 16? How did you not get her to stop thinking like that? Where did this come from? Where did she get the idea that she's white? She very clearly said in the video, I know I'm biologically white. So you telling me every day you look in the mirror, you don't look at your skin and like, what are you, like a dark-skinned white person? There's no way in hell she's serious. I think we live in a day and age where everything is trivialized, everything's a joke to people. People will literally just fucking trivialize anything just for some type of gimmick. Rappers do it, entertainers, everybody takes something serious and turns it into some type of joke, man. It's crazy. And it's really sad because there's so many black people that really have self-hate like this. But this is clearly some type of satirical exaggeration designed to make these people famous. But there are people out there who really have this mentality, you know, kind of like Uncle Ruckus. Me personally, I think she's trying to do something pretty similar to, what was that girl? Whoa, Vicky? No, it's another one. Daniel Bergoli. You know, trailer trash white girl pretending to be a stereotypical ghetto hood rat, foul mouth black girl. I don't know, man. You tell me. But people literally do and pretend to be anything to get famous these days, if you ask me.